Alright, thank you very much for clicking on the video. This is Gulpain, just back with a quick PSP review. And this one is a Japanese exclusive. Well, I think it's exclusive anyway. It's called Initial D Street Stage. And it is based on the Initial D arcade machine, which is it's like an arcade game, very popular in Japan. Initial D is like an anime, and I think it's a manga as well. But it's quite popular. It's like a, car racing. Or like teenagers, kind of car racing each other. Yeah, I've always been looking for a kind of car RPG or an RPG that's also like car racing, because the RPGs that I played are mostly just sort of like like elves and kind of Final Fantasy type RPGs. The turn-based ones where it's all fighting and stuff. But I quite like the Mario Golf and Mario Tennis, which is like tennis or golf RPG, which is pretty good. So the closest one I found so far to kind of RPG car racing would be like the Mad Max game, where you have a car and you can do it up, but you do other stuff as well. The car bit is only a part of it. But this one seems to be a very close sort of kind of RPG. It has like a story in it where you pick. I don't know what's going on, like, because obviously it's all Japanese and I don't read that much Japanese. Just like the bit I'm learning. The bit I've been learning for like the last 2 years, that's about it. Or I can recognize some words from just watching like manga and stuff, or watching anime, reading manga. Well, I wouldn't be reading Japanese manga, just English manga. But can't understand anything that's going on here. And so I just wanted to give this a try to see, because obviously when you buy these on the PSP, you can't change the language to English, which is super annoying. It doesn't happen on the Switch games. The Switch games you can change to English, some of them. But these ones you'd have to download the ROM, play it through an emulator, and a lot of people have like these patched into English, and a lot of the Japanese games anyway, they have a lot of English in the game. So some games are actually playable. RPGs not so much, like, but some Japanese games are actually playable, because you don't need the language a lot of times. You can just kind of figure it out. But this one is very, very strange. If this was an arcade game, then it must have been very good, because the driving in it it's almost like big rigs or something. It's like whatever I do, I don't seem to be able to slow down or crash. Well, I slow down a little bit by hitting the side barriers and stuff. But yeah, it's so arcadey that I didn't seem to crash once, I don't think. Or if I did, it was like I turned around and then I just kept going straight away. So yeah, this one is extremely arcadey. It's too arcadey, if that makes sense. Like, you got like Outrun, which is very, very arcadey in the way the driving is, as in like unrealistic, and you can do power slides and loads of different things. Whereas in like something like Gran Turismo or Forza, it's a little more kind of reality based, as much as video games about cars are reality based. But the driving is a bit more less forgiving. And then you have the sort of in between then, which is like this or Need for Speed or something, which is like you can pretty much just keep your foot in the accelerator in this game. Not foot in the accelerator. You can keep your finger on the button, put your finger on the button, and keep your finger on the button. And I didn't even need to brake or anything. So it was so weird. It was like I was braking just out of like pure habit from playing other games with like power sliding and stuff. But this one, it didn't seem to need to brake at all. The graphics are very nice though, I must say. These racing games, they've really done a good job on the visuals on a lot of the racing games on PSP. This one is a bit too sort of like track orientated for me though. I prefer being out in the street. So when I saw this first, like initially, I thought it was going to be like a street racing game. Like it is technically, I suppose, a street racing game, but there's no traffic around, and there's spectators, so it looks more like a rally game. But oh well. So the RPG elements, of what I could figure out, there's different cars and you can do different things to the cars. I believe there's quite a lot of cars as well. And I'm not sure if they have the license for the cars, or I said this with a previous game as well, another racing game I played. Like, I'm not sure if a lot of these cars are just like Japanese, like Eastern exclusives, like these cars, they just come out in Japan or China or Korea and we never get them here in Europe, because they look very, very similar to like cars I recognize. So I'm not sure if they just don't have the license, like they can't call it like a Skyline or a BMW M3 or whatever, but they basically have the car, they just don't put the badge on it. I think that's what they're doing in a few of them anyway, but I'm not 100% sure. So this one, I can't really recommend it because the gameplay isn't that good. It's not challenging at all. I'm not sure if the later stages are... I kind of lost interest in it after a while, but I'll give it a go anyway. So I'll continue my search for a car racing RPG in the future, and hopefully I'll find one. So if you've played Initial D Street Stage, let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys next video. Adios.